It's an interesting, legitimate question, and every sports psychology consultant has their own story in terms of a story of origin to where they currently are. Mine came obviously from a background in athletics. When I was young, my mother remarried an equestrian coach, and
Okay.
from the very beginning, when I started riding as a show jumper and 3-day eventer, I trained with him and
Okay.
landed up competing at a provincial level and then at a national level, and then at the junior level, North and South American championships 4 times, and then made my first Pan American Games team in 1987.
Hmm.
I was still a junior at 21 years old,
Okay.
and that was my first exposure to high performance sport. And I came across sports psychology and a sports psychology consultant in a training camp in advance of going to Indianapolis for the Pan American Games. And it was 2 weeks beforehand that the person was speaking about applied skills and the importance of those skills. And they are very important, but 2 weeks before an event is certainly not the time to engage in that discussion for the first time. Uh,
Right.
my performances at a junior level were quite good. Went as high as being top 10 in the world as a junior.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah,
Very good.
and I was competing at the senior level. I was the youngest member on the national team, and I was still a full-time university student studying an English major
Okay.
at the University of Ottawa, and that's wasn't sure quite what I wanted to do, but what I found as an equestrian was that I was really inconsistent in my performances. So some days I'd be really quite good, and I'd beaten a number of Olympic champions and world champions early on in my senior career. And then other times I would be completely disorganized, nervous, lacking in confidence, lacking in resilience. And it begged the question, what was really going on? Uh,
Hmm.
Seeing that I wasn't a full-time athlete like many of my teammates were, I was also a full-time student, so I had a dual career, as I would say in the career transition scholarship. And when I finished my undergrad and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with my life, I certainly didn't want to be a full-time athlete to the rest of my career. I had other interests.
Okay.
As I pursued studying and reading in the area of sports psychology and came across some of HK's authors,
Hmm.
actually. So
Okay.
Terry Orlick, In Pursuit of Excellence, was one of those people. Jerry Lynch,
Mhm.
who did a number of books using a Taoist philosophy and Eastern mindset on motivation. And it was those books, those particular 2 books, that served as a catalyst or an accelerant to me going on to graduate school.